Hi everybody, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Diego, and welcome to TwoFingerPour.
So what we're going over today is variations of Manhattans. We're going to cover the classic Manhattan, the perfect Manhattan, and of course the Rob Roy. So go ahead and grab your shot with us. Let's get started.
Terrible. So this is what we need for the Manhattan that we're going to be going over first. We need your rye whiskey. We have Angel's Envy. And then you need your sweet vermouth. Carpano Antica is what we prefer. Our cherries, Brandied Cherries. A pick, and of course our Angostura Bitters.
And for the tools you need to build this cocktail, you're going to need your Jigger, bar spoon, Julep Strainer, Coupe or Martini glass, ice, and of course a mixing glass. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
So to start off this cocktail, we are going to use 2 ounces of rye whiskey. The reason why we're using rye whiskey versus bourbon is originally it was made with rye. So then he's going to do 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. Again, we chose Carpano Antica, and then finish it off with 2 dashes of Angostura Bitters. Really, really simple cocktail. The history behind this cocktail is actually really, really fun, although again, it does have a couple different stories behind it. Some of the more fun stories were created by Winston Churchill's mother, that's one of them, while they were having a party for the governor at the time at the Manhattan Club. The Manhattan Club still does lay claim to this cocktail, although in the 1800s, there was also another claim that a man named Black, who was speculated to be either a server or a bartender in Manhattan, also created this cocktail. So you are going to stir that cocktail, and then it is traditionally served up. Some people do enjoy it on the rocks though.
Just real quick, back to that history. A lot of people, like how she said how Winston Churchill's mother was, it was her party. A lot of other people all said that couldn't be possible because she was pregnant with Winston Churchill, so she wouldn't be at a party if she was pregnant. So again, another story about a cocktail that the history's muddled up, but we do like that one the best, where Winston Churchill's mother was there. I think that's super cool.
Either again, a damn good cocktail that has withstood the test of time.
Let's try this out. One of my favorite cocktails, actually. And it still is. That cocktail is amazing.
Ah, so perfect. So pretty cut and dry, easy to make at home. So moving on to the perfect Manhattan.
So you just said this was perfect.
It was okay.
So this is the okay Manhattan. No, I'm just kidding.
So stay tuned for
Classic
the perfect Manhattan.
Classic Manhattan going to the perfect Manhattan. For the perfect Manhattan, we do have the same ingredients as the last one, except for one. We do have an addition of the dry vermouth.
And then our bar tools, for the most part, or not for the most part, have stayed exactly the same, except we took away those cherries for garnish and brought out a lemon and a peeler. Are you ready?
Yep.
So very, very similar to a classic Manhattan, you are going to do 2 ounces of rye whiskey just to start. But where this cocktail changes a little bit is you are going to do a 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth, and then you're going to do a 1/2 ounce of sweet vermouth. The bitters will remain the same for 2 dashes of bitters.
It's the second time she said that today.
2 ounces would be way too much.
That'd be a lot of bitters.
So then we're going to add a little ice. Probably need this, huh?
You do need a coupe glass or a martini glass.
So we'd like to go over the history of the perfect Manhattan. However, after hours of books and internet, we could not find anything on when this perfect Manhattan recipe was created. So if you do know, or you can find something, we'd love for you to contact us, because just on the geek side of it, we'd really, really like to know.
Just let us know in the comments.
But just so you're familiar, this is how you make a proper perfect Manhattan. And then again, we are going to take our lemon peel. And the reason why we're using lemon as opposed to cherry for garnish is you really want to accent that dry vermouth in there and bring that out a little bit. Express that over top.
A lot of people don't think that express doesn't work. It does. You could taste it in the smell, you taste it in the flavor, and it's literally changes the entire cocktail.
I love this cocktail. I like this better than a classic Manhattan.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like the classic Manhattan better.
I think it's amazing. So if you're a fan of Manhattans but you've never tried a perfect Manhattan, definitely recommend you try that. Go out of your box a little.
Or just stay in your box. Just kidding.
On to Rob Roy?
Rob Roy, let's do it.
So we are finishing up this video with the Rob Roy cocktail. The spirit lineup hasn't changed too much, although we are taking out the rye whiskey and we are bringing in scotch. We chose Glenlivet for this one. We still have our Carpano Antica Sweet Vermouth, as well as our Angostura Bitters.
None of our tools have changed for this cocktail, except we did bring in cherries and we took out the express lemon. So for this cocktail, you will need cherries.
Ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to start out with 2 ounces of Glenlivet. That one is going to be a single malt versus a blend. And then we are going to have 1 ounce of Carpano Antica Sweet Vermouth. And then the 2 dashes of Angostura Bitters.
So the history of this cocktail goes back to 1894 with a bartender from New York City. He worked at the Waldorf Astoria, and so that during this time there was a play going on. It was a play on Robert Roy McGregor, who was a Scottish folk hero. And so in order to publicize the play, he created a cocktail called the Rob Roy, which we are making right now. And like the other cocktails, like Martini and all those other cocktails, like it's a muddled history on which how those cocktails became to be. This one is pretty flat and dry, and that is how the cocktail became to be, is that night during the play.
Well, that's kind of cool, just because obviously it was about, you said he was Scottish, right?
Scottish folk hero.
We'll have to get that ice cube out. Nice little faux pas there. Ew. And that's cool because we're using Scotch, so I get that, hence Rob Roy.
There we go.
That's a really cool story, though, and you said that was the only account that you could find about the history of it.
Yeah, only one.
So that's pretty cut and dry, like you said. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna give this a try really quick.
Absolutely. What do you think?
I love that better than the Manhattan, better than the Perfect Manhattan. This is just a damn good cocktail.
I still think the Manhattan's the best.
It's not.
It is.
The Rob Roy is the best. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. We had so much fun doing this edition because we are doing a variation of some of our favorite cocktails. Please don't forget to subscribe to us if you like us.
Share.
That's going to be down there. And give us that thumbs up if you like us. If you hate us, please give us that thumbs down. If
Also,
you're feeling petty.
Real quick, if you don't like it, can you just put in the comments what you didn't like and what we could do better so we could better serve and maybe make our videos better. So that would be awesome too. So don't just thumbs down us and leave a comment.
And if it's hate comments, we appreciate it too. Also, if you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, we are at TwoFingerPour.
All one word.
And now we're going to go enjoy these cocktails we made.
All of them.
So
Well, she'll have that one on in a minute.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.